Alright, so we have our hole cut out, so just going to test and see if this fits in here. I want it to be relatively snug because I don't want it flopping around, so I'm actually going to slide it right in here like so, and that fits like a glove. So I think that that's going to be okay. So you can see it's already even with the bezel there, where the bezel is going to go. So what we'll have to do is now we'll have to cut the bezel. We'll do it in the same fashion where we tape that off and make sure that it's nice and snug in there. So so far so good. Okay, so you can see from the videos before that I made some cuts in the bezel. So I took, looks up here, it's about 1/4 of an inch or a little bit more above. That's about as far as I can take out from the top. I also took out about 1/4 inch, a little bit more from the bottom, and that's almost as far as I can go here because of this clip. So the stereo actually fits in now, and then after putting the bezel back in, I can see that it looks like I'm going to have to also take out this piece of plastic here as well, about maybe 1/4 of an inch to match this. And I believe after I do that, we should be golden. So I just put the bezel on so that I can make my marks here where the stereo is going to fit here, and then I will make this cut and get back with you. Alright, so I moved my camera here so you can see it a little bit better, so sorry for the shakiness, but essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut now on this side of the line and then on this side of the line, and then I'll have to cut along here. Let me get this. So I have to cut along here about 1/4 of an inch down so that it'll fit in there. So I'll make these cuts and get back with you. Alright, so we made those cuts on both sides, so it appears to be free. And then what we'll do is we're going to remove this tape. I'm going to come down about yay far. See how that works out. We'll do that first. I don't want to get too terribly close to the clip holes because I'm afraid they're going to break through. So I'll just do these first, and then we can, if we need to take a little more off, then we can do that. So I actually found one of my old Dremel tools, so it's working better than the cheap thing that I bought at Harbor Freight, but it's still not having as easy of a time as I wish. Alright, I think we got a pretty straight line there, so I'm actually have to just do a little manual cutting here. I know what you're thinking, and you're probably thinking if I had a Dremel tool that slow, I'd probably hang myself with it, and I don't completely disagree. So as you can see, this is getting looser, so I'm just be able to slide this inside there, and just give this a good old-fashioned Alright, so got that out of there, so that gives us a little bit more space. I have a feeling we're probably going to have to take it down a little bit more, but I just wanted to double check and make sure that we're not too close to our holes here where I'm going to have to utilize later to actually bolt in the stereo. So getting a little closer every day. Can't wait to hear it. Okay, for fitting purposes, I just slid the bezel back on here. Just going to get these pins slid in. Seems like these are still nice and stable. Worst case scenario, if I do have to take this down a little bit more, which it looks like I could possibly have to, then I might have to end up sacrificing this. But there's one here, and one over here, so I think we'll still be okay. I'm just going to try and slide the stereo in to see if it's fitting yet. And like I said, I would rather take off too little and have to go back and take off. But man, I think that we are getting pretty good here, man. So I have to come back just a slight bit more, I think, and see what's hanging up. Looks like it's just hanging up on the sides here. So. And then I think it'll slide all the way back. You can see I still have a little bit of a gap here. I think we'll just have to make some plastic pieces to go back in there. When this sits flush back in there, I don't think it's going to be too bad. If worst case scenario, we could actually make another one of these to, to get back in there snug. So I think we're not too far back though. We're looking pretty good. It's a slow process, but I think overall it's going to look pretty incredible when we're all done. Alright guys, so I got the stereo in place, and now it's important to make sure that it is absolutely in there solid. So what I've done is I'm actually going to utilize, see if I can get this in here. This is just a bracket that you can get at Home Depot. You can even see the SKU number on there, 443151260. And what it is just kind of a corner bracket type of thing. But basically what I've done is I've taken the stereo and, so if you can see that, drilled a hole in the side of that to match up with the factory holes that are actually in the stereo. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then cut this off here and then re-drill myself a hole so that it lines up with the factory hole that held the original stereo in there. So that way it'll be nice and sturdy, and I think that's the best way to do it. So if you guys have any suggestions, man, please feel free to leave me some comments, okay? Okay, so we have it all hooked up. So I'm just going to test it before I attempt to put all of these wires in that small, tiny little hole there. So we'll turn the key on, see if we have power. So it looks like we have power, which is a good thing. So I put a DVD player in there. or DVD in there, and so it appears to be working just fine. And we also have the screen up here working as well, so pretty excited. Sadie's going to be super excited too when she sees Barbies. Okay, so I got the bezel back on. As you can see, it now houses a double din stereo. And the only thing that I was concerned about is, you know, because of the shape of it, you have these relatively good size slots on both sides, which I didn't think looked very nice. So I made this bezel, or this cover, to go around it, and what I'll do is I'll actually glue that on there. And I made that out of black plexiglass, so it really makes it have a nice look to it. As you can see, the alarm is set right now, so all three LEDs are working, and so I'm really so far I'm very pleased with the install. Looking forward to getting the seats and the carpet out and getting the amps wired, and then we should be good to go.